Now, these are broken down, and you're going to have to not only understand the combinations of like preventative administrative, preventative physical, but you're going to have to know examples. And what I have found when I teach this is people will see these examples and they'll read them on slides or read them in a book, and they're like, yeah, that's simple, that's no big deal. But what you have to realize is that you're going to get a question on just one of them pulled out. When they're all listed, when all the controls are listed with a headline, it makes a lot of sense. But if you get one of those pulled out, is it actually a recovery control? Is it a detective control? Is it administrative? Is it physical? So don't just blow that off. You really need to pay attention, because you're going to get some questions that could be tricky about concepts that are actually pretty easy. So some examples of preventive administrative would be policies. You develop policies, so you're trying to prevent people from doing the wrong thing. You're providing direction for the actual overall security program in the environment. The hiring practices, you're trying to prevent from getting bad people in. Security awareness, you're trying to prevent from the users not doing what they're supposed to. Separation of duties. Now, how do you think separation of duties is a preventive control? Well, separation of duties means that you take one task that's critical to the company and you split it up, and not just one person can carry out this critical task. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to prevent fraud. You take a critical task, you split it up so that one person can't carry out fraudulent activity and no one else knows about it. You're actually going to see separation of duties a few times in the different domains, because it's hit pretty hard on the exam, but it's also becoming much more important within the industry. So preventive physical, we're trying to prevent something bad. We have physical controls for that. Like I said, to remove the CD-ROM so somebody can't steal sensitive data, locking the computers, fences, locks, man traps. A lot of those things we're actually going to talk about when we go into the physical security domain. And technical, these again aren't too difficult. You're trying to prevent something by using technical controls. Smart cards, so somebody has to authenticate before they can access. Callback systems, which means that if you're remote, you're calling into an access server, and it will drop the line and call you back to make sure you are who you say you are. It's part of the authentication.